Hey everyone, it's another cloudy day this January 22nd. This winter has been on the cloudy, overcast side, and but we haven't had any freezes. That's a good thing. So I haven't been on here, so I thought I'd bring you along and show you what I'm doing. My Salanova over here on this side is still cranking, however it is starting to go to seed. We'll go ahead and retire these rows and harvest what we can for us, but we have the next generation over there and it's coming along really well. And we have some more over in the big garden as well. See, these are pretty. And we got spotty germination from these beets. I had to start beets over in the seed trays to transplant over here because for whatever reason they just didn't come up in all the rows. So I'll be doing that. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with this carrot row. You can see that some of them germinated, but most of them didn't. Back over here to the big garden, you can see all of our onions here growing well. Everything's been growing slowly because of the overcast, lack of sun. Swiss chard's doing very well. My napas are coming in. This is my second planting, and they're looking much better than the first ones. And these are growing well, these mustards. But everything's kind of on the slow track right now. My second, well no, it's technically my third planting of broccoli. They're starting to come out and get little baby heads on them. And so everything is successioning well. I'm still learning how to make sure that when one is ending, one is actually almost ready to harvest. But that takes time and learning and experience. I love how my turnips are doing. They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I discovered this past season that I love them. They're so good. We'll be terminating all of these eggplant. They've seen better days, although they seem to come back and give it another try. But I'm going to go ahead and terminate them and start new ones end of the month. Check these Brussels sprouts out. Wow. That is amazing. Look at all those greens in there. First year growing those, and they seem to be doing well. There's my leeks popping up. Watering newly planted beets and carrots in these two rows. My collards are doing really well. The leaves are kind of small because, again, lack of sun. That's what I can attribute it to, I think. But my cabbages are beautiful. Look at that. Look at that head. So those will be going to market. We terminated our first and second plantings of broccoli, and we'll be replacing those. This is the garden that turns into from fall winter to spring, and all my onions are growing up. Some are doing better than others, excuse the plane. My garlic is just great, and the carrots, they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Again, spotty in some places, but we've gotten some really nice ones, as I'm sure you've seen in other media posts. But let me see if I can get one out of the ground that's halfway decent. Not really as decent as some of them, but hey, it's not bad. We weren't able to plant these with the proper spacing, and we never went back and thinned them. So it's kind of hard. They don't have enough space to grow. Let's see, this one looks like a good one. Ooh. Okay, that one's pretty decent. Yeah, it's quite thicker. So they're doing really well. I pulled so hard that I fell backward onto the garlic. But yeah, that's what our garden looks like today. Oh, I want to show you the seedlings. They're doing great. We have had the sun peek out here and there, but next week is supposed to be in the 80s, mid 80s maybe. It's gonna be a really pretty week. These are the things that are gonna be planted Sunday. And all of these Salanova are coming in really nice. Green butter, green oak leaf, and got the reds mixed up over here. Got my turnips here, got another succession of broccoli. And over here in the hoss trays are all of my beet starts. Went ahead and used those because we have so many beets that did not come up. Here's my Black Magic kale starts. A few puny tomatoes. I don't know what we're gonna do with those. More turnips and more broccoli. Just different variations of succession. I'm doing some experimenting with that. I think I'm gonna get to weeding. I haven't weeded out here in a while, and though it's not an absolute jungle, it's close enough, and it's not near what it needs to be. We've got this viney weed that is just so hard to get rid of. So that's what I'm going to be working on now, and terminating the eggplant and terminating some of these peppers that we don't really care for. Well, the habaneros, they're the habaneros that don't have any heat to them. The flavor is not even worth keeping them for. They're beautiful peppers. The color is gorgeous, but it's not worth it to us to keep them because the flavor isn't anything special. It's just kind of a sweet-ish pepper. Not even as flavorful as a bell pepper. So they're probably lacking some nitrogen as well. We've kind of neglected them. But we're going to go ahead and take those out because we've discovered that it's just not worth it to us to grow. However, what I have discovered is that we absolutely love the flavor of homegrown pimento peppers. So we're going to be doing that, and a friend of ours is going to give us some seed, some heirloom seed. The fresh ones are so much better than the jarred or canned pimentos. We use a lot of them making plant-based cheeses, and the flavor is just absolutely extraordinary. And so I will be endeavoring to grow those so that we can harvest those and not have to get the store-bought ones. So I'm pretty happy that we have that understanding now. Look at this crazy rutabaga. I didn't intend for it to get that big, but I'm sure it's fine. It's probably on the verge of too big. It's down here in the middle of all these Brussels sprouts. And I'm just absolutely pleased with how these are doing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants of Brussels sprouts. You can see they get huge. They need a lot of room. So otherwise, I think I'm really thankful and satisfied with how the garden is growing. I wanted a full garden this year, and I've pretty much gotten it. And there's always going to be some places more empty than others because you're going to have different timing for each crop to mature, and then you're going to have spaces for succession planting. So that's something that I've learned and I'm learning. I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. God bless.